on, Jason? What's up, Zay? What's up, Jason? Y'all pull up on YouTube. Y'all pull up on YouTube. What's going on, fam? What's up, here to learn and share? Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Tweet, 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 tweet. It's a fresh 40-something degrees in Columbus, Georgia. What's up, FC? What's going on, Father of Legends? Salute you with both hands. What's up, Valdez? What's going on, Seawalk? Good morning, good morning, good morning to those Spider Gang members and everybody else who decides to tap in today. I just want to say that patience is the virtue, because the ES, if you just woke up at the precise time to wake your kids up for school, to make sure they're up. One of them may have been up, the other one may not have been up, but if you woke up at the precise time and you study the price action and you have things annotated on your chart, but you can still and you know where price is in relation to the overall scheme of things. Hypothetically speaking, you potentially had the chance to get a beautiful short on the ES this morning, hypothetically speaking, right? While we get ourselves together, I want you all to look at your charts, right? And look at, if hypothetically speaking, let me turn my lights on so y'all can see me right? So I make it seem like I'm actually in the room. I got the colors on me like I'm in the room, right? Look at your chart, right? First of all, look at the 15-minute chart, right? And pay attention to the 645 candle, right? Well, 630 candle. Look at the 630 candle on Thinkorswim. 645 if you're on NinjaTrader, right? And then imagine, hypothetically, if someone was to hypothetically sell the market, meaning take a short at the price of 41.4475, right? They hypothetically took an entry short at the price of 41.4475 at 7:03, 7:02 in the morning, right? So look at the 6:30 for Thinkorswim, 6:45 for NinjaTrader, and then drop that on the 15-minute, and then drop down to the 1-minute chart and look at the 7:02 candle for Thinkorswim or TradingView, and the 7:03 candle if you're on NinjaTrader. And imagine if someone hypothetically took a short entry at 41.4475 and tell me if that was a good trade. Be it whatever target they were shooting for, be it how much drawdown they took in the trade. Just look it over again. 6:45 candle, 6:30 candle on TradingView on the 15-minute, and then look at the 7:02 candle on TradingView and Thinkorswim, and the 7:03 candle. And hypothetically, if someone wants to take a short entry at 41.4475, Was that a good trade? I heard someone said it was a beautiful displacement. Displacement, beautiful. Right? Y'all know what we call displacement around here? Pow! Imagine. Now, this ain't gonna be every single day. This ain't gonna be all the time. But imagine being right there as the hammer comes back on the starter pistol in the race. And as soon as it strikes, being right there at the initiation of the pow! Can you imagine what that feels like? Now, we're just speaking hypothetically. This stuff don't happen in real life. You can't do this stuff. This stuff is not doable. It's fake. There's no way to time the market. There's no way to anticipate what the market's going to do with a high degree of probability. It's not real. What's going on, Mendez? What's going on, Lil Hawk? Hey, now that we done separated the wheat from the tare, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let me open up my trading view. While I'm opening up my trading view, I would like to welcome you all to the overnight price action for 4/11/23. That will be April 11th, 2023. Hey, my son's birthday coming up. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She grown, so I ain't gonna give y'all her cash app. My son's birthday coming up on the 23rd. I want y'all to light his cash app up. Light his cash app up. I'm gonna give you the cash app when we get closer to his birthday. I want y'all to light. Last year, y'all lit his cash app up, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all lit up Chris' cash app too. But it's Timothy's birthday. He turned 16. He's an awesome kid, phenomenal student athlete, talented producer and rapper, talented artist. He can draw. He's a very talented kid. Don't get in no trouble. The only trouble he get in is when he be pissing me off around the house. He don't get in no trouble outside of the house. Light his cash app up. His birthday is on the 23rd. Hey, why did I leave that on my screen? All right, man, let's get into it, man. Now that I got, I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Share the screen. Share the screen. Now that I got my trading view open, right? Now that I have my trading view open, let's switch this over to daily candles. Y'all know what we're fun to do. We're going to switch it over to daily candles. We're going to make trading view the full screen, right? And we're going to go over here and holla at who? Holla at who? We're going to holla at who? We're going to holla at our homegirl, Spyleen. And in case you don't know who Spyleen is, oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. I totally jollipies. Good morning. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But I want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits every single day, hanging out with me, my homeboy back here over here on my shoulder named Spidey, and my sweetie over there in the corner. She light the room up, don't it? She's so beautiful. Thank you. I agree. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. Just some average dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Nobody special. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, Monday through Friday, that is, once at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and once again at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I share my thoughts on the price action dealing with the S&P 500, the ES futures, the SPY, we call it Spyleen, anything dealing with the market. Why do I do this? Because I want to help someone like you. Even if you lick erasers, I want to help someone like you get your aha moment when it comes to trading, investing, all things stock market. Someone helped me get my aha moment once upon a time. And I just want to help you get your aha moment, because I thought for so many years that this stuff wasn't obtainable by someone like me. Not some little kid from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I can't do this. No, sirree, Bob. But when I got my aha moment, I said, man, that's all it is. I'm a smart guy. I can do that. So I'm here to help you. If you feel like you're almost there, let me give you some words of encouragement real quick. You got to come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Yeah. You already know it. You already see it. You just don't know you see it. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for knowing it already. You just haven't got that aha. But if you feel like you're that close, you already know it. You already see it. You just don't know that you see it yet. So continue to pull up here every day with us and walk through the price action with us so that you can say, I really do see it. But you still got to do the work. You got to go back and study it on your own. You got to start making the calls on your own and trust in the process. The more you do it, it's just like riding a bike. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. And then you can just go back and do it at anytime you want, because you're comfortable with it. You know that you can ride that bike. Just like you're going to know that you can read these candles. And you're going to know that you can potentially make profits off of this one day. Now, let's look at our home girl. She go by the name of Spalene. If you don't know who Spalene is the SPY, the ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500. Around here, we call it Spalene. We even wrote a song for it. You want to hear it? Okay, here it go. Spalene, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. Oh, Spalene, girl, what you about to do? You about to gap up a little bit? Spalene say, I'm going to gap up a little bit. I'm going to gap up a little bit, gappy up a little bit. Yesterday we closed at 409.61. And today, right now, we're at 410.14. What's that? 50 something cent? That'll be 40, 50, 53 cent. I think my mathing. If the eraser liquor in here, check my math, eraser liquor, if you in here. Yeah. So SPY about to gap up. For anybody who don't know what creates a gap up or a gap down, the SPY is the ETF that tracks the performance of the SP 500. It trades from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time up until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So in that 8-hour or so window, however many hours that is, from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., how many hours that is. But the ES futures trades from 6 p.m. until 5 p.m. the following day, right? So at 4 p.m. when the SPY closes, the ES futures, right, they shut down at 5 and then they open back up at 6 and keeps trading. So the next morning when the SPY gets ready to open, wherever the ES futures are, that's where the SPY is going to open up. So if the ES futures are up higher than where they closed at where they ended at 4 p.m. the day before, there's going to be a gap up. If the ES futures are down from wherever they closed at 4 p.m. the day before, there's going to be a gap down. That's your lesson of the day. Okay, let's go over to the ES futures, if we will. Futures, if we will. And if you notice, let me hide all this stuff to drive that point home. Let's drive that point home. If we hide all of this stuff, all of this goobla, right? And if you look here, Let's go down to 60-minute candles. 60-minute candles. So we can find 4 o'clock. 60-minute candles. 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 3. That's where we closed at yesterday. On the ES at 4 o'clock. That's where the SPY was at 4 o'clock when the SPY closed. That's where that's the last price that the ES printed when the SPY closed. Right there. Right? That 413,750. If you notice, the price is now above. It's above that line, right? See, it's slightly above that line, right? Let's go back to the daily chart to drive the point home. Daily. See the price. It's slightly above that line, right? Now, if I switch over to the SPY, it says pre-market. It's slightly above where the SPY closed. That's the lesson of the day. I know everybody already know that, but it might be somebody that's new. So I be trying to share with everybody. Since it's 9:18, let's go ahead and drop all the way down to 5 minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to 15-minute counters first so we can discuss what I was talking about. Right? Remember what I said? I said, look at the get out of here line. Remember I said, look at this candle right here. Let me take my crosshairs off. This candle right here, the 630 candle, right? That's the 630 candle right there, right? Let's make this interactive. We're going to make this interactive day, right? On this 630 candle right here, someone put in the chat what that 630 candle created, right? First of all, yes, what did this 630 candle create? Put it in the chat. All right, while you're putting that in the chat, right? Squash this up just a little bit. We're going to squash this up just a little bit. This 4:45, 4:45, 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30, then 5:45 candles. All of those candles right there, what did they do in relations to this area right here? What did those candles do? The 4:45, 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45. Right? What's going on, Zay? Close, Thomas, but change the first letter. Very good. Here to learn and share. Sibby, Lil Hawk, very good. Seawalk, very good. Lil Hawk, breaking market structure, very good. Right? Breaking market structure. What's another when you break market structure? Looking at this right here, it is a breaking market structure, but more precisely, what did they do right here? What did these right here in relations to this area right there? Right? That is a breaking market structure. That's true. But what did they do in relations to that area right there where I put that line? Took liquidity. Very good. Took liquidity. Okay. Once we took liquidity, right? Then this candle right here formed. What did y'all say it formed? Y'all said it formed a SIBI. Let me pick somebody else because I don't want nobody to think that I'm just pointing out the teacher's pet. Right there. We're gonna put Lil Hawk up here. We're gonna put Seawalk up there. Cause Lil Hawk, I put you up there for the breaking market structure. Okay, so y'all said we had a SIBI right here, right? We got a SIBI right there. Now we got we took liquidity, right? Above these equal highs, right there above that consolidation, right? After making a very extensive run up. So we got a very extensive run up. We took out liquidity right there. And if we look way back over there, All right. We also took out liquidity right there. Right. So way back over there, we took out on that Friday day, that piece of day, we took out that buy side also, right? Now, Sibby. Now, remember I said drop down to the 1 minute chart, right? Drop down to the 1 minute chart. What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? Right? So let's go back up to the 15-minute for a second, right? What happened to that boy? This is how you trick your mind into thinking you saw it in the beginning, right? So this right here, okay. I was talking to my daughter yesterday. Hey, Seawalk, get off my screen. I was talking to my daughter yesterday. I said, I'm gonna go get back to this. She just texted me. That's why I said that. I was like, what you got planned for your birthday? Yada yada yada. I said, I'm surprised you ain't at like Coachella or Rolling Loud or something like that, because she went to Rolling Loud like twice this year, right? Hunt up, man. Anyway, but I was like, I look at Rolling Loud on YouTube. I like anybody ratchet. I just like to watch the ratchet people. You know what I'm saying? You just in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm 50, but it's in me. I grew up on rap music. I like the ratchet music. Kodak Black, Future, Kevin Gates, anybody that make ratchet music, I like it. Right? So I was like, hey, I saw the little lady that looked like a Men in Black worm. I was like, what's her name? She sang that one song, that apple bottom make them want to bite. And she was like, yeah, Coi Leray. And I was like, yeah, I didn't know what she looked like. She was like, yeah, she don't look like she sound, right? So we talked like, yeah, and Glorilla don't look like she sound either. I like Glorilla too. I like that ratchet music, right? So this morning, I'm riding in the truck with the boys and listening to the Breakfast Club. How about I found out on the radio that the female Coi Leray that I was talking with my daughter about yesterday, that's Benzino's daughter. I know who Benzino is. That's from my generation. So I'm like, I never freaking knew that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I told y'all that, but it was like I never knew that Coi Leray. I ain't know who she was. I just hear the song on the radio, but I never knew that was Benzino's daughter. I'm like, small world. It's a small world after all. So now, how do you trick your mind into thinking you saw this stuff in real time, right? So just say you didn't wake up at the hypothetically speaking, you didn't wake up at the perfect moment to make sure your kids was up. You know, you didn't wake up at the exact moment to make sure your kids was up, and you came in and you saw we had just taken out buy side liquidity, right? You had it marked out on your charts that we had just taken out. Like if you look at my charts over here, you see I'll be having stuff marked out. I already moved all of this right here because we'd have moved it again, but my stuff is like kind of pre-marked, like spots I be wanting to see us take, like this sell side. See, we've taken that sell side, and now look what we've done. We're coming, you know what I'm saying? So when you got stuff marked on your chart and you see, you be waiting for it to hit certain points. So you see that it's taking the buy side. It dropped right here, and then you see that it formed a SIBI right there. This candle right here is the 645 candle, right? That's the 645 candle, right? That'll be the 7 o'clock candle on Ninja Trader, right? So now, drop down to 1 minute, right? Drop down to 1 minute. Let's squanch this up so I can get over there quick. Boom. So now, you're looking for any time after 645 on this lower time frame, right? So let's get us a line and let's mark 645, right? This is the candle 645 right here. So right there. So from 645, right? This candle right here, right? Let's go to so it started 645. So let's go to the end of the candle, which is going to be at 659, right? That's the end of that candle right there. So in between these two vertical lines, that's the beginning of that candle. That's the end of that candle, that 15-minute candle, right? So let's go back up to 15 minutes. Walk through it with me. Stretch it out. You see how I just look like one line on the screen right there? Right? It just looked like one line on the screen right there because I've encompassed that entire 15-minute candle right there on the lower time frame, right? Boom. Now let's squanch it up and get back to where we was at. Now, right? So looking at it on the lower time frame, let's squanch it up a little bit, right? So price came up here, took out the high above the consolidation, right? That's the high above the consolidation. Took it out, right? Pulled back down into this volume imbalance right there. There's a volume imbalance there. Let me blow it up so you can see it. Right there, boom. There's a volume imbalance right there. Pulled back down into that volume imbalance, right? Pushed up, came back down into a fair value gap, pushed up and took out the liquidity above that Friday high. Back here, way back there, right? Now, what's a telltale sign that we ran liquidity, right? Somebody put in the chat, what's a telltale sign that I gotta sneeze, that we ran liquidity? We got 2 minutes before the market open. What's a telltale sign that we ran liquidity after going above a high or below a low, right? What's a telltale sign? It has something to do with this stuff right here. I'm giving you a hint, right? Got something to do with this right here. I'm giving you a hint. What's a telltale sign that we just ran liquidity when we go above a high or below a low? I'm giving you a hint right here. See how I'm moving my mouse around? That's the clue. I know it's a 15-second delay. I'm just waiting to see if something pop in the chat. Just waiting to see if something pop in the chat right there. What's a telltale sign that we just ran liquidity? Rejection. Very good. Rejection. What's say? Lack of momentum candle close wiki. Yes, wiki. I don't know what the lack of momentum part was. You lost me on that, but I got it. That makes sense in your mind, so keep doing that. Wiki. Long wick. Yes, yes. Heavy reversal. Wick, no close, rejection. Yeah, all of that. Extended wick, wiki. Not the pineapple yet. Not the pineapple yet. Well, you probably could get a pineapple on the lower time frame in there, but not the pineapple yet. Not the pineapple come later, right? So that's when we ran. That's the key clue. Is tip we probably just ran some liquidity, right? We probably just ran some liquidity, right? So now, once you get that ran liquidity wick, right? You're looking for, what you're looking for is an opportunity to either continue or go the opposite way. Now, I prefer going the opposite way. So what you're looking for going the opposite way is a break in market structure in the opposite way, in the opposite direction with some authority, aka the payout, right? And so it just depends on your risk appetite, how much of an aggressive move you want to happen, right? So now we had a rejection there, right? And you say, okay, we just took out this buy side and we came very close to that high right there. So I'm thinking this is where price really wants to get, right? So unless price comes down here and takes out this low, I still think this is where price wants to get. Well, Tim, why are you pointing out that low? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. I'm pointing out that low because this low is the start of the move that took out this buy-side liquidity. So once price breaks below that low, that's very important. That's very important once price breaks below that low right there, because this low took out the buy side liquidity up there, right? So I think this is where price wants to get until it breaks this low. So price comes down and then it comes back and it actually takes that buy side and then it gives you a wick. Now we've hit the destination that I want to see, right? We've hit the destination that I want to see. What do we do when we reach a destination? What do we look for when we reach a destination? The market is open, the market is open, the market is open. If you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take a copious amounts of notes so you can come back and study what you saw today. And I'll see you at 6:30. Also, I saw on Twitter this morning that ICT said he was going live at 9:45. You might want to tap into that too. Have a great day. Divergence. Very good. We start checking for divergence, right? So you can check for divergence with the indexes themselves. You can check for divergence with the dollar. I like to check for divergence with the dollar, right? Let me put my crosshairs on here. This is as we came up to, right, the liquidity, right? This is how we came up to the liquidity right here. Boom. These are 1 minute candles. You can check whatever time frame you want to check it on. You know what I'm saying? So this run right here brought us up to the liquidity right there. This is when we hit the destination right here. Boom, on that candle right there, right? If you notice, as we were taking the liquidity, right, the dollar is going up with the ES at the exact same time. What do we call that? Divergence. We call that divergence. We have divergence as we're running into higher time frame resistance, running into higher time frame liquidity. We're running into this destination and we have divergence. Bing, 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 bing. Start looking for the signs that the market is ready to reverse, reverse, crisscross. Everybody clap your hands. How many of y'all clap your hands? How many of y'all clap your hands? Don't be lying. Don't be lying. Okay, so we got the divergence. We got the buy side liquidity taken. Right? Now, what we are looking for is a clue, a clue. Ooh, a clue, a clue. We're looking for a clue, a clue. Right? So now, we got all this going on. These are 1 minute candles right here that we're watching. But remember, right, the way I like to do it is I like to have different charts. Let me, y'all in my way. Get out my way, y'all. Okay. So if I come over here and I bring the other Trading View window over here that I got on the other screen, you see right here, I have a 15-minute chart of the ES with a 15-minute chart of the dollar. I have a 5-minute chart of the ES with a, hey, get over there, dollar, with a 5-minute chart of the dollar over there on the other screen. I'm looking at all the different levels at the same time. I bing, 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 bing. So when I'm looking at the 1 minute chart over here with the dollar, right? I can see what's going on here. Let me do this like this right here. If I bring this here, I bring that there, right? If you notice, let's do this. Hey, get over there. If you notice, when I hover my mouse on any of the windows, right? The little, like, if I go to the 1 minute, you see how you can see the arrows over here on this chart right here too, right? I'm on the far left chart up here in the corner, right? So when I move through these 1 minute candles like this right here, I can see, you see how it's popping over on them 15-minute candles as I move it, like it's just slowly ticking over. I can see exactly where my cursor is, you know what I'm saying, as I move the candles through. It shows me exactly what I'm looking at on all the different levels, right? So if I hover my mouse right here on this SIBI on the 1 minute, right, I can see that it's also inside this SIBI on the 15-minute, and I can see that it's also inside this SIBI on the 5 minute right there, all by looking at this 1 minute right there. Hey, yeah, I see where I'm at all over. So I'm looking at all the different time frames. So that being said, as I'm looking at the price here and I'm looking for a clue that the market is ready to move in the other direction, right? Now, I'm looking for the payout. There you go, Otis. There you go, Otis. Now I'm looking for the payout, right? So on the 1 minute chart, after we took out buy side liquidity, right? Came up here, we took out buy side, we wicked down. Let me move this other stuff out of the way because my mind going crazy right now. I'll bring that back if I need it. I'll bring it back if I need it. Right? So we took out, can y'all see that? Yes, y'all can. Right? We took out liquidity right there. Get out the way, Divergence. We don't need you no more. Blow this up. Okay. So here we go. 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 Okay. So coming here, we consolidate. And then we went up, we took out the buy side liquidity, that liquidity, right? So then we consolidated, right? Then we pushed up again and we stopped right there. We failed to get to that high, right? Right? We took liquidity, wicked off of it, right? Pushed back up and got a failure swing here. We failed to get there and we broke down, right? We came up, we failed to get there and we broke down. This fair value gap right now, we're looking at that as a speed bump because we just ran buy side liquidity that we were expecting to get to. That was a destination, right? We just ran buy side at a destination. We was expecting to get here. That was a destination, right? We wicked off of it, showing that we ran buy side liquidity, right? Came back up and failed to get there again, right? And dropped it like it's hot. Since we failed to get there again and dropped it like it's hot, this fair value gap now is a speed bump. It's nothing to buy off of because we just ran liquidity here, right? We just ran liquidity there and that was a destination. There's nothing to buy here, right? Unless you're just scalping real quick, right? So boom, came there, pushed back up, stopped again, and wicked off of that, right? Boom, off of this order block right here, right there. Came to the top of the order block, wicked down. Bing, 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 bing. Premium PD arrays are acting as resistance. Bing, 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 bing. We still ain't got what Otis said. Pine down yet. We still ain't got it. That's what we looking for, right? So coming over here, right there. Here we go. What is this right here? Brrr, brrr, pang out to the downside. If that's not enough for you, right? If that's not enough for you, if you're like little Timmy Rogers, right? This right here is just a shift in sentiment. That's just a shift in sentiment, right? But if you notice, with that shift in sentiment, what do? There's a SIBI right there. Came back up into that SIBI, overshot it a little bit, and then pang out. Is that enough for you? Is that enough for you right there? Pang out. Right? Came back into what? A SIBI right there. Came into a SIBI there. You're scared to take it on the first touch like that? Oh, these just 1 minute candles? I agree. Sometimes it's scary to take it off the 1 minute candles. It's much too low, right? But when we get over here to 645 right there, right? We get to that 645 right there. And then we move over to this 659 right there. What did this range right here do? What did that range create for us? Right? Let's go back over and look at the 15-minute candles. Boop. Let's look at the 15-minute candles over here. This is that candle. This range right here. What did this range right here create for us? It stopped and created what? That SIBI, right? So all of this right here, all of this moved down right here, right here. All of that moved down right there, coming from here to there. That's coming from this candle and that candle. All that moved down is those two candles there, giving us a higher time frame, 15-minute PD array, right? So now that we got us a 15-minute PD array, we got a higher time frame PD array after getting a payout down here on the lower time frame. When we start to trade back up to that 15-minute PD array, right? What do you call it when price comes back to a PD array and it just barely pokes into that PD array? Most of the time, one tick. Sometime it'll give you a point maybe, but it just kind of pokes into that PD array and then reverses. What do you call that? What do you call it? When it, let's say, in true Tim fashion, while he's about to diverge. What? Oh, diverge. We are currently getting some LOLs this whole. Very good. Institutional order flow entry drill, right? And hypothetically, if hypothetically speaking, if at 702, what I say, 702, yeah, 702, because I said 703 for Ninja Trader. At 702, hypothetically, if you set your order for institutional order flow entry drill, right? So the low of this SIBI is 41.4450. The way you set your limit order for institutional order flow entry drill would be to place it one tick inside the PD array, depending on if you're trying to buy or sell. So one tick inside this PD array would be 41.4475. What's the high of this 702 candle? 41.4475. Right? What happened after that? What happened after that? What do we like to call? ICT calls it displacement. What do we call it? Remember I said every now and then you have an opportunity to be right at the initiation of something. You have a hit it on the shelf. Get off my screen. Pow! stuff like this right here will scare you half to death. It will scare you half to death when you put in an order, you hear your computer say, order filled. And the next thing you know, it just takes off. You be like, what just happened? It will scare you half to death. And it just take off. Just be printing. It will scare you half to death. Now, for those who don't understand what we just did, we just walked through, right? We just walked through the instance of taking a trade based off of ICT's 2022 mentorship model. For anybody who don't know what we just walked through, right? Once again, we're going to walk through it slowly, and then I'm going to let y'all go. We're going to wrap it up. For anybody who want to go tap into ICT's live, because I think he said he was going live at 9:45. You run liquidity, right? We ran liquidity here. Boom. We ran liquidity. He don't mention divergence. I don't think he mentioned divergence in his explanation of it. I can't remember. I ain't looked at it in a while. But you run liquidity. You look for divergence when you, just as you run in liquidity, you see the divergence is there. You wait for a break in market structure in the opposite direction, right? We ran liquidity on the 15-minute higher time frame, right? Boom. As soon as we get the rejection, we see the rejection, we see the divergence. Now we drop down lower. I went all the way to 1 minute. You can go to 5 minute if 1 minute scares you, right? You can go to 5 minute. Right here on the 5 minute, we came down. We got the Pangao. We got the break in market structure here. The low of this candle here, right? The low of this candle right here is what took out the high, right? When you get the Pangao, what does the Pangao usually give you in reference to where the price leg that took out the liquidity? Once you get the Pangao, what does the Pangao typically give you, right? Now, this is going back to my own trading model. This is something that I implemented on my own trading model, but it still ties to the breaker. Very good, right? That's why I like to wait for it to take out the low that took out the high and vice versa. I like for it to get a break in market structure from the leg that took out that high. That's why I keep saying that break is very important, right? That yields a breaker right there, right? So now we have this breaker right there. We got that breaker right there. Now, I'm going to move the breaker for a second. Move out the way, breaker. Move out the way, line. Don't need you right here. Let's get us a Fibonacci real quick. Grab us a Fibonacci real quick and look at something real quick. Oh, one tick above the mean. Wait a minute. Nope. Not even one tick. Exactly on the mean threshold. You see what that says? 41, 44, 75. The exact mean threshold of this breaker was the institutional order flow entry drill for entering in on this 15-minute SIBI after this Pangao right there. To the freaking tick. We fall down, but we get up. And then look what I just noticed over here. Look what I just noticed over here. Look what I just noticed over here. After we came down here, right? After we came down here, got the break in market structure, pushed back up into this breaker into this fair value gap and we dropped again, guess what I just noticed again? If we come right there and come right there, that is a breaker. And that is a fair value gap right here. And then we came back up into that breaker. We didn't get cut. We didn't get mean threshold, but we came inside the breaker. Look at the bodies of the candles, right? The low of this breaker. Let's put a box around it. Let's put a box around it. The low of that breaker, right? Let's change the color of it. Switch the colors. Switch the colors. Switch to make it yellow. Look at that. Look at where that breaker goes to with the bodies right there. Look at where the breaker goes. So we have another breaker right there. Bearish breaker. SIBI came down, came back up to the SIBI, came down, came back up to the breaker, came down. Oh, you see that? What is that? From the touch of the institutional order flow entry drill here came, that's 42, came all the way down here to 30 something. That's more than 5 points. Even if you're still holding on to it, this would have made your butthole clench up a little bit. Came back down, then we pushed back up right here into an implied fair value gap right there. Came back down, but we're just consolidating now. But that would have gave you a clean 5-point trade easily right there off of this same move that was coming down. This was the amazing run there. Then it came back and gave somebody a second chance over here with the same setup, breaker, fair value gap. Same setup, come down, easy, clean 5-point move. If you held it, you probably could get 10 out of it, maybe. We don't know. If it come down and take out this liquidity right there, that'll give you 10 if you happen to tuck it up there. But it happens. It happens. It happens. Game over. What does game over look like? I've never seen that before. I want to see that. I want to see that game over. That's not one of my custom emojis. That's not one of my custom emojis. I want to see what it looks like. Game over. That's cool. I like that. All right, man. That's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hopefully I shared something that was helpful to somebody. Hopefully I shared something that was helpful to somebody. Um, y'all do me a favor, hit the like button if you enjoyed this. I saw a heap of people in here, so please hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Again, if you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious notes so you can go back and study all of those notes that you've taken. And I'll see y'all at 6:30 for the price action recap. Anyway, go on, man.